What's up YouTube, this is Brian from Big Town Doors, and today I have a video that I was not even actually planning on doing. A couple days ago I was filming for a video of my 2019 bow setup, and I was getting a shot where I was shooting at 20 yards and then moving back to 60 yards, just showing you how easy it is to adjust the sight on my bow. And I've yet to shoot this particular setup past like 20 yards because I haven't hunted, I haven't done any 3D shoots, and I have everything set up to 20 yards just so I can keep myself the muscle memory and everything. So I've yet to sight it in past that. And I wanted to sight in on camera, so I didn't want to sight in to get the 60-yard shot. So what I did was I just Googled that sight, the FPS on my bow, and the spine that I'm shooting. And then I took the average of what everybody said where the calibration scale needed to be. And if you can see that, it says 13. So I did that. And while my elevation was okay, I still need to do some adjusting. The 3 arrows I shot were about a foot left, and surprisingly the grouping was about 4 inches, which I was happy with, but being a foot left, I knew there was something wrong. So I know this is probably going to happen to a lot of you, especially those who go hunting in the bush. The things get knocked around, then they throw their bow back in their case, and then the next year they take it out, and then they know it's tuned up and ready to go, but they're just not shooting how they want to shoot. I'm going to talk to you. There's 4 things that you need to do, or 4 things that I'm going to look for. The reason why all my arrows were shooting left, and things that I'm going to do, and maybe they can help you out too. So the 4 reasons I'm going to be looking for, 2 of them we can fix today. The other 2, I might have to go to a bow shop and get it switched up. I do have a bow press. But the workbench that I used on it was only measured and built for my Bear Mauler, and I'm not about to press this thing $1,000 plus bow with when I'm not even confident that everything's fine and good to go. So hopefully it's the 2 things I can fix today. If not, we're gonna go to a bow shop. The first thing, I think it's 99% of the problems with people, they pull out their bows, it's shooting good, and then the next season it's not shooting good. Chances are something on your sight or your rest moved. So I'm going to check that today, and maybe that's it. I kind of have a feeling it's the second choice, and that is my second and third axis could be off. My second axis might be on, my third axis, the way when I measured it, you're supposed to actually measure third axis at full draw. I didn't, I just kind of did it lazy. So that could be a factor. The third reason might be cam lean. I highly doubt that's the case, just because I've always shot perfect bullet holes with this thing while paper tuning. I'm going to paper tune today, just in case. And the 4th thing might only be for me. Watching myself shoot my bow lately, I've noticed that my draw length is about a foot, or about an inch too long. And I'm getting a lot of vein contact right there on my chin. So I don't think it really affects it, because like I said, I've always shot perfect paper holes, or perfect bullet holes in my paper tunes. And when I was shooting at 60 yards and I got all 3 of those arrows to group at about 4 inches, I would think if I was getting a lot of vein contact, that wouldn't happen. So it's probably not that, but it's something I'm probably going to look into if everything else fails. So the first thing I'm going to do is check my second and third axis and make sure that that's not the case. I have a feeling it might be the third axis, because the second, third axis really affects, especially the third axis, affects how your pins do this. And the pitch of it. So I have a feeling it might be that, but that's what we're going to check first. So ideally, when you're checking second axis, you want a bow vise to put it on. I don't have a bow vise, and I've seen a lot of professional bow tuners, or people who do this professionally, just use a 4-foot level, which I have here. So what we're going to do is put the level on each end of my riser. Actually, I got to take my quiver off real quick. So put this on each end of my riser. And now you're gonna see, I want to get that level perfect. Okay, there it is. And then I'm going to look at my sight. I don't know if you can see that. That is perfect with one another. So my second axis is dead on. So third axis is checked by drawing back, tilting up, and you want to pick a straight line, like a door jamb or anything straight that you can follow your pin all the way up. And once you get up there, if your pin is level with that little door jamb or whatever straight you're aiming at, you want your bubble to be level. If not, that means your pin is either left or right. So let's do that right now. So for me, my target is going to be this black piece of weather stripping. So I got an arrow knocked, just so I don't dry fire. And then we're just going to aim at that black weather stripping all the way up. So make sure I'm set right there. I'm just going to move up, still staying centered. Let down. And sure enough, my bubble is to the left. So second and third axis adjustments are going to be different on every sight, but in my case, the third axis adjust screws are right here. Since I need to move my bubble left, I need to loosen up my left screw and tighten my right screw. Okay, we're going to try it one more time. I think we got it. By the way, I just reviewed the footage and it looks like I'm left-handed shooting, but it's actually the way the camera's angled. When I use a front-facing camera, it looks kind of weird. Anyway, that third axis adjustment should have fixed everything, but I'm gonna go ahead and paper tune just to make sure everything else is good. Yeah, I think we're good on the paper tune. Let's move on to walkback tuning. I've done a video where I go really in-depth of the walkback tune. It's in the description below, but today I'm just going to kind of breeze through it. A walkback tune, you shoot at 20, 30, and 40 yards using your 20-yard pin and aiming at the same spot on the target. That's going to get your arrows to drop, and if in a perfect world, they should drop all underneath each other. But it's not a perfect world, and you're either going to have some falling to the right or to the left. And then it's just a way to get your sight and your rest lined up. So for me, I've got this 1-inch piece of vinyl tape. And then a running vertically, and then a one running horizontally. This is going to be my aim point. Now, if you haven't set up for 20 yards, aim at this exact part right here. I've said this 1,000 times on my channel. If you're sighting in your sight, move your arrow or follow your arrow. So if your arrow hit right, move it to the right. If your arrow hit high, move your sight high. Chances are you have your 20-yard pin set. So we're going to aim at we're going to use our 20-yard pin at 20, 30, and 40 yards, aiming at this exact spot. Like I said, in a perfect world, all our arrows should be in this 1-inch tape right here. Look at that. I think it's safe to say that my third axis was the culprit. That is a perfect walkback tune. So actually, this was 20 yards, this was 30 yards, and then I actually went back to like 55, 60 yards just because that's what I did. That's why there's such a huge elevation change, but yeah, I think it's safe to say that I figured out my problem. So I guess I'm gonna end the video there. That was my problem, third axis adjusting. It could be any reason that I mentioned. Like I said, things get bumped around, sights get moved, rests get moved. Just look at all the possibilities. Mine was something as simple as a third axis adjustment to get me back in line, but for you it could be anything. So anyway, hope you guys enjoy this video. I didn't know that I had to make it, but it was good that I come up with a video idea. I love making videos. I say that all the time, and hope you guys have a good day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.